typically when you roll up in there, you can see the fish are dark. I mean, you can see them from a ways away.
Okay.
You should be able to find the fish you need in there. Again, I don't know what the weather is doing to it, but the water temperature last week was 61.
That's awesome.
You know, people ask me, would you rather hunt or fish? I love to hunt fish. So I'm headed to Sturgeon Bay and do one of my favorite things in the whole world, and that is go look for bedding smallmouth. And it should be just right. I hope our timing is perfect. The weather's warming up. It ought to be good. So we're headed to Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin to see if we can't catch a smallmouth bass. Just fishing by myself, hunting and fishing. It ought to be fun. You stay with me. I'm Hank Parker. How about that one? How about that old gal, baby? It's a pretty one, huh? Pretty thing, you pretty thing. Man alive. We got out of the wind and we got the sunshine working with us. It'll just stay out. We catch it. Man, it was pouring down rain at daylight. I love it. If you don't like the weather here, wait a minute. Well, we got our cloud cover and wind back. Hopefully it won't rain. I'm telling you, this weather is crazy. If you just catch that sunshine and no wind, you can see, but I can't see anything now. So really, really at the mercy of the weather doing what we're doing. Come on, sunshine. Come on back. Had her, brought her 3 feet toward us. 3 feet toward us. The fish is getting the best of me. Oh, Lord. All's well that ends well. I really thought we were going to find some 60-degree water. I think it's been there and gone, and that's one reason there's so many empty beds, I guess. I'm going to tell you, if I had one thing that I would say has changed everything for the way I operate and the way I fish and my ability to navigate without having problems and to be able to catch fish, is its Lake Master maps. They're awesome. And the way I can highlight the different colors for depth, see anything under 10 feet is red. I can't tell you enough. But here's where we are. We're right back here. See where my boat is? We're in Sand Bay. And what I'm going to do, I see the rain coming. The wind and rain is about to get here. So I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to go over here and get in Sawyer Harbor where we can be in protected water. and I see the rain clouds coming, so I know it's gonna get dark, and then we're really gonna have a hard time. So we gotta get in slick glass water to be able to see. So we need to be in a protected area, and I've been looking at this on my map, Sawyer Harbor. He bumped at that time. I think I might get him fired up. I'm on my own, I'm looking for beds. My bird's helping me more than anything. It gives me a map that I can run without hitting rock piles. I love that, Lake Master Maps, thumbs up for Lake Master. But I'm really paying more attention to my water temperature than I am anything. And it's amazing how, as big as Sturgeon Bay is, the wind can blow cold water, warm water, it moves it around. So it's amazing. But the water temperature is the biggest factor. Yes, I did catch you with a power tube. Put the drop shot on her and never did catch her. Couldn't get her to move. But you know, a lot of times with you, that fish laying there, if you'll bump her, hit her, it'll make her respond. That's why I put that tube down there. I had that lead hit on that tube. I could bump her. Now I can talon up. And you know, the water temperature gauge and my talons were as important as my trolling motor or my outboard or anything else I had. I mean, I just depended on them. And we would lock down, and I would try to get the boat in a position that the fish couldn't see me. And that's why I like the light color baits, stuff that I could see, white, pink, chartreuse. All of that was important. And just stay with them, stay with them, stay with them, stay with them. There she is. Oh, man. Look at that, I got her foul hook, that rascal. She had it in her mouth first. Felt like a big one because I got her foul hook. Look at that. Now in a tournament that wouldn't count, even though she had it in her mouth. Once she spit it out and you ended up with her in the back, it wouldn't count. Well, that water temperature is not what I was expecting, so we're having to work at this. It's not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it's coming together. So we got the corner pieces to the puzzle figured out, so now we just got to fill in. Stay with me, we'll be right back. We're just grinding, working and working and working. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm enjoying the fire out of it.
Hank's Show is made possible in part by Luz, Feel the Difference, and by Minn Kota, TH Marine, Solar Bat, and Talon. Now it's time for Hank's Tip of the Day.
There's a pretty good one there, but I don't like the bed it's on. First of all, once you find these smallmouth, how you gonna catch them? Well, two things are happening. One, the water temperature's got really, really cold where they're bedding. They're not holding real good, and they won't bite very good if you're looking at them because they're looking at you. So you need to select the bait that shows up really good right there in that clear water, the further you get away from it. But I rig up a drop shot and I use a little white water bug. This is a Berkeley Power Bait water bug, and what I like about it is it floats. It floats. That's a big deal when you're fishing smallmouth that don't want to bite on the drop shot because it floats up there and you can make it have a lot of action just by wiggling that rod tip. And you may need to go to a much heavier weight. You see, I got a drop shot rig that's perfect for 3 foot of water. Well, that's where these fish were, 3 foot of water. But it's not perfect if I really want to move that bait without moving it out of the bed. I want it to stay there, but I want to shake that bait. So I may go to a 3/4 ounce drop shot weight just where I can shake that water bug that's floating above the bed. And that is a killer bait. And that's why I really like that water bug. I use a flatworm. I like a tube. I caught some on a chartreuse Berkeley tube. I like max scent. Smallmouth really likes scent. I've caught a lot of smallmouth on gulp. I fish gulp a lot, but since max scent came out, max scent works as good on the smallmouth as gulp does, I think. It's so close, and max scent's so much more friendly to fish with. I just don't fish gulp as much because of max scent. So I switch back and forth. And if I get a fish and he don't want to bite this, I may switch it up a little bit. I may put a tube on it. If he don't want that tube, I may go back to the water bug. If he don't want the water bug, I might go the Lil General. But that was the whole key of making these fish bite, is back off. Normally, you can look at a smallmouth and he can look at you and you can still catch him. That was not the case. These fish, I think one, they'd been fished for quite a bit, but the main thing is that water temperature went from 60 couple degrees down to 45 degrees. So those fish were just in a lockdown mode. So it took a lot of patience, took a lot of moving. It took a lot of, when I say moving from one section of the lake to another to find the right water temperature to find them on the beds. They weren't everywhere like they normally are because of the water. And as you watch, there's one place usually in that bed that annoys him. If you pitch it over here and he don't look at it, don't pitch it back over there. Pitch it wherever it aggravates him and find it. And sometimes you gotta hit him. You gotta hit the fish. And that's where that big weight comes in a lot of times, is bumping him and make him mad. And just stay with it and stay with it and stay with it. So patience was the key. The little floating water bug turned out really to be the bait of choice. It and the Lil General probably tied. And the old power tube played a big part too. I love that tube, by the way. They made it fatter, and the way it looks in the water, I love it. So caught quite a few on the tube, quite a few on the water bug, quite a few on the Lil General. So it was a Berkeley kind of a day. Fun times. Hello, you pretty thing, you. Ooh, don't you. Well, I'm telling you, we're grinding. We're sight fishing. You gotta have good glasses. I got a pair of solar bats. Probably gonna change the lens here if that sun comes out. I got brown lens, which I love when it's cloudy. Got some 8-pound tests, trilene 100% fluorocarbon, and a little water bug on the drop shot. You pretty thing. And you just keep working and grinding, working and grinding, working and grinding. End of the day, you'll have a pretty good bag of fish, and I like that. We're not gonna catch 100. We're fishing real slow, but we're not missing many. We're not bypassing or running off and leaving them. We stay with them and stay with them. And some of these fish I've been on 45 minutes to an hour. So in a 30-minute show, if we didn't edit, you wouldn't see a fish. But that's what it takes. Well, it's all coming together now, so don't go away. Fun times are just ahead. We'll be right back. And slow. Hello, goodbye. Clear water something, isn't it?
Hank's Show is brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Mercury Marine, go boldly. And by Osceola Fishing. More of Hank's Show coming up.
Crazy how this weather changes. Went from hot to being cold. I'm gonna dig me out another jacket. I'm about to freeze. And probably 30 minutes from now, it'll be warm. If you don't like the weather in Wisconsin, wait a minute. Because it is changing, I can tell you that. There he is. Lil General. You could not find worse conditions for bed fishing. Windy, cloudy, rainy, wind blowing, water. All the above creates a problem. Hello, my little buddy. I got rods out everywhere, and we don't like problems. See, we like it when there's no problem. Patient, patient, patient. We like it when we're catching fish. These hooks in the dorsal fin. Now I got on enough clothes. Thank you, Lou. Kind of silly. Real gentle. He hit it the first time I threw it in there. I was in a store at Lake Champlain buying me some Fig Newton. And the guy said, "Hey, Lou." I thought there was somebody else in the store, you know. "Hey, Lou." He said that about 4 times, and I realized I got Lou's on my coat. He thought that was my name. He'd go, "Hey, Lou. Come on, buddy, bite my mess. I see you over there hiding." Riding along, singing a song. What we got over there, a muskrat? Might be a sturgeon. No, I think it's too big carp. There he is. Ooh, good one. Ooh, good one. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I enjoy this. Ooh, that is a good one there, boys and girls. Oh, good one. Oh, good one. Good one. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I enjoy this a lot. How about that one? How about? Felt like I got too close to that fish, right on it before I could see it. It's just so dark. You bet, I liked it. Hello, buddy. How you doing? I've been looking for you. Oh yeah, I've been looking for you. Looking for you. That's a great bait. What it is about that thing, I do not know, but these fish absolutely love it. Isn't that pretty? You pretty thing. You big old pretty smallmouth. I love this. I just, every year I look forward to coming up here.
Man, we had to work at it. It wasn't where you just go to one little location and they're loaded. We had to make a lot of different moves, but we found a lot of bedding fish and they were not easy to catch, man. We had to really work at catching them, but I kind of like that. You know, it's almost like fishing for largemouth on the bed. You had to spend 15, 20 minutes to catch a fish. But hey, we ended up with a pretty good boatload of fish, and that is a lot of fun. Like I said when we started, it was hunting and fishing combination. It worked out to be exactly that. You had to hunt the right water temperature and find the right little bay to find them. But when you did, if you had patience, that was the main thing, patience. So if we learned anything about today's show, be patient, be persistent. One more, Jordy.
Oh, it's time to go, Hank.
One more, Jordy. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being with me. God bless you. I'm Hank Parker.
And don't forget to visit us at hankparker.com, the place for tips, giveaways, and more.
The house needs painting, the grass needs mowing. Where's he at? Gone fishing.